So this is the weekly check-in and questions that I get on either social media, through my emails about technical questions or just questions about track and field I get in general. And so today I wanted to talk about the question of technique. And so I get a lot of questions about, okay, well, should I jump like Carl Lewis, or should I jump like Jackie Joyner Kersee, or should I jump like Javier Sotomayor, or whoever it is? And the main thing that I say to athletes and coaches is get a technical model of a successful athlete that is similar to yours. The one thing I saw when I was a young coach, I was doing just, okay, what's a commonality that all successful jumpers had, or successful athletes? And the main commonality that I saw was that basically at takeoff, they're all very similar. It was a 6 meter vaulter, or a 5 meter female vaulter, or a 240 high jumper, or a 205 woman high jumper, or an 880 long jumper, or a 720 female long jumper, or a 1780 triple jumper, or 15 meter female triple jumper. And the one thing that I saw was that going into takeoff, they had great sprint mechanics. Their thighs were basically parallel to the ground, so they, it looked like they were running with high knees. They were tall in their hips, and at takeoff, their free leg thigh always was parallel with the ground, no matter what the event. And so how they got there was different, but that's a commonality that I saw that needed to be for success. So for working with a lot of elite athletes, that's the commonality I want my athlete to technically strive for, is to be able to get that free leg thigh parallel off the ground, basically at toe off at takeoff. And the technique we model, obviously I want to use the best technical model for my athlete, but if I have a young athlete, you want the size and the structure and of a lead athlete that they can model and that they can look like. So there's not just one. Carl Lewis, not many people are 6'3" and can run 9'9", 9'8" in the 100. So his technical model is not going to be the same as someone like Dwight Phillips, who's maybe 6 feet tall, still can run like 10 flat in the 100. Where Mike Powell probably was like 10'2", and 6'3", long legs, didn't have the speed as Carl, but obviously had great jumping ability. And then, Jackie Joyner, we talk about one of the greatest athletes of all time, tall in stature, long legs. I mean, you built an unbelievable athlete, but you're talking about an athlete that ran 12.5 in the hurdles, ran 22 point in the 200, but also long jump 740. So it was definitely taking an athlete who, models them. So it doesn't necessarily have to be the Olympic gold medalist. It can be an athlete that's similar to them. And so find that athlete, try to get your athlete to model those things, but look for those commonalities. I mean, there's enough video to where you can take and look and see what the successful athletes do, and you'll see it. Free leg thigh parallel every event. High jump, long jump, pole vault, takeoffs, triple jump. They're all, once they come off the board or come off the ground, that free leg thigh is parallel.